ask you a question. Can you have a conversation with yourself? Can you talk to yourself?
You can.
You think so?
You can try.
Can you have a conversation with yourself?
Not really, because there's only one perspective.
So check this out. A conversation is a dialogue between two people.
Right.
So how can you have a conversation with yourself? But in those quiet times, you'll find yourself having a conversation. So then you have to ask yourself, who am I having a conversation with? See, one thing that we don't understand is God's voice sounds just like our voice. It don't sound no different than nobody else. It's not, his voice to me is not going to sound like your voice. It sounds like my voice. That's why you have to listen to it. You have to be quiet. You have to really know the difference. So once you start understanding that, then you realize that it's not your intuition. That's God, because it'll never lead you wrong. Let me ask you a question. Can you have a conversation with yourself? Can you talk to yourself?
You can.
You think so?
You can try.
Can you have a conversation with yourself?
Not really, because there's only one perspective.
So check this out. A conversation is a dialogue between two people.
Right.
So how can you have a conversation with yourself? But in those quiet times, you'll find yourself having a conversation. So then you have to ask yourself, who am I having a conversation with? See, one thing that we don't understand is God's voice sounds just like our voice. It don't sound no different than nobody else. It's not, his voice to me is not going to sound like your voice. It sounds like my voice. That's why you have to listen to it. You have to be quiet. You have to really know the difference. So once you start understanding that, then you realize that it's not your intuition. That's God, because it'll never lead you wrong.
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is. Bahashem, meaning in the name. Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation. And that is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. All right? Is the voice that you hear inside of your head God? Is the voice that you hear inside of your head God? According to that clip, that guy said that's God, okay? Let's see what the scriptures say though, all right? And we're going to open up to the book of John, chapter 5, and go down to verse 37. And this is Yahweh Shai speaking, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And let's see what he says. He says, and the Father himself, which have sent me, have borne witness of me. Ye have neither heard his voice at any time, nor seen his shape. So if Yahweh Shai is saying you have neither heard his voice or seen his shape at any time, then what is that voice in your head? Okay? What is that voice in your head that sounds eerily like yours? Is that God speaking to you? Well, according to him, it's God speaking to you. According to Yahweh Shai, it's not. Who are we to believe? Man or what the word says? Acts 5:29 says we ought to obey who? Let's read it. Acts 5 and verse 29 reads, then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey the Most High rather than man. So you see that voice that's in your head, that is your conscience, okay? And it tells us in Proverbs that if you lean on your own understandings, then you will go off, okay? Let's prove it. Proverbs 3 and verse 5. It reads, trust in Yahweh with all thy heart. And when you go into the word heart, that's dealing with your mind, not your literal heart that pumps blood, but your heart, which is your mind. Because why? The Most High knows it. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things. So that little thought that you think that's in your head when you're by yourself and you're talking inside your head, that's not God talking to you. That's you. All right? Now what happens when you trust in Yahweh? You go by what the word says. But what happens when you go by what you think is when you what? We're going to read it in the second part. It says, and lean not unto thy own understanding. Then you become your own counselor. You become your own shrink. You become your own this. You become your own that. Why? Because you're leaning unto your own understanding instead of filtering it through what the word says. Okay? So yes, you have spirits all over you. All right? When you go out and you go off into your own and you lean onto your own understanding, you start to think that that thought that's in your head is of the Most High. When it isn't. Okay? Because first of all, you're calling on God. You don't even have the right name to even call on to him. So now you're thinking you're going to call on a God while not being specific on the power that you're calling on, and all of a sudden you're talking to the Most High? That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Okay? So let's read it one more time. Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in Yahweh with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. Why? Jeremiah 17 and verse 9. The heart is deceitful. Once again, it goes into your mind. It says in verse 6, in all thy ways acknowledge him. So whatever idea or move you're about to do or make, acknowledge the Most High, whose name is Yahweh. And you do so through the only begotten Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai. You cannot go to the Most High on your own. Okay? And that's what the people fail to realize. That's why we say in the name. That's why we end the prayers in the name. When you go to the Father, you cannot go on your own. Okay? In the old days, the prophets, they spoke directly to the Most High. All right? But now that Yahushua was made for that perfect sacrifice, we have to go through Yahushua. And if you go any other way, the same is a thief. So now you're saying that you're going directly and talking directly to the Most High. Or in your case, God. Okay? So it says, trust in Yahweh. When you see the Lord in all caps, that's Yahweh. All caps, Lord is Yahweh. It says, with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him. And he, who? Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, shall direct thy paths. What does that mean? He'll put you on the path that you're supposed to be on. Okay? Not the path that you think you're supposed to be on. Okay? Because you can easily be misled or misguided. All right? And the Most High have spirits to do just that. The Most High will put spirits on you, lying spirits, to make you believe that you're talking to God. Okay? This isn't something that you want to take lightly. This is serious. Okay? You will have spirits on you to the fact that you believe you're talking directly to God, man. You see? And he'll even give you the strong delusion to have you to, to have you pondering that he's actually going and dealing and residing and supping with you personally. He'll give you strong delusions like that. Okay? So a good indicator that a person is, not quite there, still probably under that Christianity dogma, is the names that they use. God, Jesus. You see, these are indicators or signs that they're not coming in the true names. So how can God be talking to them or dealing with them? That's a strong delusion, you see. Isaiah 59 tells you, it says, Isaiah 59:1, behold, Yahweh's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear. So he can hear you, okay? But why? Why hasn't he heard you? It says, but your iniquities have separated between you and your power, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear you. So how are you talking to the Most High and you're sinning in the midst of the Most High? Calling on other idols is a sin. Thou shalt not put or have any other God before me. That's the number one. You calling on an ambiguous deity without even putting the correct name on it, is showing you the Most High isn't dealing with you. You're just under a strong delusion. Okay? Hebrews 1:1 says, the Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. So at sundry times in the old times, the Most High dealt with the prophets on a what? Personal level. Okay, he spoke with them directly. All right. That was up until Yahushua came. Okay. And now we go through Yahushua to speak and talk with the Most High. All right. We don't perceive and believe that the voices that we hear in our head that sounds eerily like our own voice is God speaking to us, man. You can't even put the correct name on it. Put some respect on it. His name is Yahweh. All right? His name is Yahweh. So it says, the Most High, who at sundry times and in divers manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. Right? Amos 3:7 says, surely the Lord Almighty will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Right. So how do you know the Most High is talking to you directly and dealing with you? Well, he reveals his secrets. And if you don't have the name, then how can he be talking to you? That's one of the secrets. Proverbs 30:4. Let's go there. That's one of the secrets. We lost the name. So if you don't have the names, how is he talking to you? He's not revealing the secrets, because if you knew the name, you would call it. He would have told you his name by now. It's not God. Proverbs 30:4. Let's see it. It says, who have ascended up into heaven or descended? Who have gathered the winds in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name? If thou canst tell, that's a secret. If you know what it is, tell it. What is it? Is it God? Is it Jehovah? Is it Yahweh? Is it Yahuwah? Is it Jesus? Is it Christ? Is it Yeshua? Is it Ahia? It's none of the above. It's none of the above. The Father's name is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai. That was a secret for the longest. Okay, we had lost our identity. Pursuant to Deuteronomy, let's go back and let's just do the due diligence. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64. It was a secret for the longest what the names were for us. We were calling on those other names. All right? And now he's revealing it to us, which is what? That's the servants, the prophets, okay? That's one of our main teaching points is to teach the name, to move and push the names, okay? We must decrease, but he must increase. We must push the names, all right? Deuteronomy 28 and 64. It reads, and Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, deities, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So here we will be scattered to the uttermost parts of the earth, the Americas, and here we will serve what? Other gods, deities that our fathers never knew, showing you that we will have lost the names. That's why Proverbs 30 and 4 said, what is the name of the Father and what is the name of the Son? And thou canst tell. Because for the longest we could not tell. All right? It wasn't until the Spirit started to sup with us that we were able to get the names. Okay? Those that he's showing his secret to. The servants, the prophets. It says, thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. What is the wood represented to? What is the wood represented by today? The cross. Who do we know that, our people love to pray to? Jesus. What is the stone? The cobblestone. What does that represent today? By the runner-up after Christianity, Islam. Who do they love to pray to? Allah, Muhammad. You see? So we don't know what God you're coming into when you say God is talking to you in your head. Okay? You could be talking about any type of deity. Okay? We don't know. You could be talking to Satan. All right? There's lying spirits, man. All right? There are spirits that will completely convince you that you're talking to a righteous spirit, man. All the while you're talking to a left-handed spirit. There's counsel that goes on up in the heavens just for so. Just go back and read Ahab. The lying spirit came to the Most High. This is 1 Kings 22 and verse 22. It reads, and Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? So this is a spirit that came forth, you see? It says, let's jump up to verse 20. It says, and Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth-Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. So there are spirits that work on the both left-hand side of the Most High and on the right-hand side of the Most High. So you got to question yourself, what spirits are working on you inside your thoughts and your minds to have you believe that the thought that you hear is God speaking to you? It says, verse 21, and there came forth a spirit and stood before Yahweh and said, I will persuade him. Now check this out. Verse 22, and Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth and I will be a lion spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. So the Most High gave the spirit the green light to go and do that. Go put, the word in his prophet's mouth, Ahab's prophet's mouth, to be lying words to convince him to go up to what? Ramoth Gilead, okay, where he would be taken. All right. So the point is that you can believe that you hear the voice inside your head. You can believe that voice that you hear inside your head is God speaking to you. In actuality, it's a spirit. It's a lying spirit. Okay? You have to measure what the word says. That's how you hear the voice of the Most High, man. That's how you hear the voice of the Most High. You go by what this word says. You don't lean on your own understanding. All right? This word is what we set. This word is the standard. This is what we base everything off of. If somebody come up to you and tell you that God told them this and it don't line up to what the word says, we don't believe it. Okay? We don't believe it. We need to see the proof. If somebody tell you that they know where Jesus at, and we know the words say that every eye shall behold and see him, we don't believe what that person is saying. Oh yeah, let me show you. Hey, Jesus over here, back here in the woods, man. He chilling. Let's go. You see? First of all, they call on the name Jesus. Second of all, they telling you he's somewhere secluded and isolated where it says when he comes, every eye shall behold and see him. Okay? So that's the importance of knowing this word, this truth, man. That's how you hear the word of the Most High. Not by some damn thought that you think going on in your head because you sitting somewhere isolated, somewhere in the room, thinking and hearing yourself talk to yourself in your head, and now you think it's God speaking to you. That's them demons, man. That's them demons jumping on you, man. They'll have you bugged out, okay? They'll have you bugged out like nothing, man. Like it ain't nothing. They'll tell you something. You may even think they tell you something, then you go look on TV and it's just what they told you. You be like, damn, I'm divine. I'm something special, man. Look what was told to me. Yeah, that's some damn lying spirits, man. Finna lead your ass to getting put down, man. They give you this and it's come to, and then the next time they give you something, it's going to be what? For your detriment, okay? That's why you got to measure what you read and what you hear by what the word says. You just can't go by what somebody tell you. Oh yeah, I had a vision from God, and it don't line up with nothing in what the Bible says. Oh yeah, I had a vision from God. He showed me this hawk. It swooped down through the trees, and it picked up a dollar, and now it means I'm gonna be rich. Or another thing, back in the days they would say, "Oh, my hand itched. That mean I'm finna come across some money." And then your hand itch, you come across some money, and you think God told you that. Man, that don't have nothing to do with what the Bible says, man. Lean not onto your own understanding, man. Trust in Yahweh and acknowledge him in all thy ways, and he shall direct thy paths, man. It's just that simple. The way you hear the word of the Father is through the word, man. That's how he speaks to us, okay? So when we read that in Amos 3 and verse 7, it tells us what? Surely the Lord Almighty will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. What's another secret? The mark of the beast. You got to understand what that is, okay? That's one of the end time prophecies, All right? If you out here saying that the Most High, who you say God is speaking to you, and you can't tell what the mark of the beast is, then what is he talking to you about? What the weather's going to be like tonight? Whether or not the Super Bowl is going to be played this year? What is he talking about according to you? What is he telling you that's so damn deep that he can't even tell you his name? Okay? Run the other way, man. You got somebody telling you that God told you this and they can't even tell you his name. They get ready to lead you down a path you don't want to go down. So it says, surely the Lord Almighty will do nothing but revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Right. This is Job 33. In verse 14, it reads, for the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberance upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men and sealeth their instructions. Right. So it's already planned out what we're going to do when we get up the next morning. If we are blessed enough to get up the next morning, how our day is going to go by. The Most High has already chosen the path we're going to do, what we're going to do, how our day is going to play out already. It's already been put into our head. Okay? And he spoke to the prophets by visions, man. All right? That's how he spoke to the prophets, by visions. Okay? Now, you can't say that the Most High is dealing directly with you, man, and you don't have the names. That's a very important aspect of it. You got to have the names. That's the secret. You got individuals that's calling them by other names. Yah, Yahuwah, Yeshua. Okay? You got to have the names in order for you to begin to be taken serious. All right? So it says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man and slumberance upon the bed. That's how he speaks. He seals the instructions. It says, then he opened the ears of men and sealeth their instructions. Right. So he's already telling you what you're going to do, how you're going to go about doing it, and everything else. Okay. Proverbs 20, is it? In 24, man's goings are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? So how do you know who's talking to you? How do you know if you're speaking and supping with the Most High? Well, you got to measure everything according to what the word says, okay? I believe that's 2nd Ezra 9. Measure thou the time diligently. Okay? We have a measuring tool, a measuring stick, this Bible, this word, all right? And if it says what? Isaiah 8:20, it says, to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this, it is because there's no light in them. So let's read that again. Isaiah 8:20. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. All right. Now you claiming to speak, and you claiming that you're speaking with God, so there you should be able to understand the prophecies. Okay. If the Most High is dealing with you, you should be able to understand the prophecies. Okay. You should be measuring the time diligently. You should be showing the people what's going on in the world. What's getting ready to come about? How do we avoid being judged alongside with the rest of these 2/3? If the Most High is speaking and talking to you on that level, you should be having a ministry. You should be doing lessons. Okay? Yeah, you got a cap on. Okay? You know, and I guess you could say that there's nothing wrong with that to an extent because he wasn't prophesying. All right, but you could tell a man by his countenance, man. I believe he had a clean cut face, you know, but the Most High is talking to him. But yet he don't know, as an Israelite man, you're not supposed to round the corners of your beard. But the Most High is talking to him. See, this is the things that I found, and I'm sure not just me, but others find hard to believe, that if the Most High is talking to you, why doesn't your countenance and your attire, your appearance show so? Okay? Just going on by what we see. We know part of the law is that a Hebrew man is not supposed to round the corner of his beard. Get lineups, have a complete bald head. You see? But this is the thing. We're supposed to, reverence and look at these deep intellectual thinkers of some type of stature because they can put together well articulated words and come up with ideas and ideologies that makes one believe that the Most High has to be dealing with them because they pose a deep thought process question. Well, who was that? When was the last time you had a conversation with yourself? Okay? I mean, you can go to any metropolitan area and you can see people having conversations with themselves all day long outside. Some of them even answer their own questions. So you got people talking to themselves all the time, man. Dialoguing, going back and forth. I done seen it, man. You got people that's actually bugged out, man. Groping at noonday. Okay? Just talking, answering themselves out loud for what people can hear. They got spirits on them, man. And it says it in the Bible. Okay? What's that? Deuteronomy, is it 28 and 29? Deuteronomy 28:29, it says, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Right, so you got people walking around in broad daylight, like they can't see, like they're blind, all right? But that's not the precept I was looking for. I would think it was smite with madness. Might be Deuteronomy 30. Oh, I was right there. Just went up. Deuteronomy 28:28. It says, Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. You see? That word heart goes into your mind. So the Most High can smite you with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart and make you answer yourself and make you bug out and make you think you're deep. That's the coldness of the Most High, man. He's not someone that you should play around lightly and loosely like that with. So let's read it over in its proper context. Deuteronomy 28 and 28. It reads, Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Matter of fact, let me highlight that with green. It says, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness. So it's broad daylight, and this is like you supposed to be able to see just fine in broad daylight, but because you're smite with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart, it's giving you a reference that what? And thou shalt grope at noonday. So like you walking around trying to feel where you going at in broad daylight, that's madness. It says, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. Does that mean that because you ain't living in a 6-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, making 6 figures a year, that you're not prospering? No. That's not what that means. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. Okay? Meaning that you're not going to be bringing forth fruit, man. Okay? It says, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. You see? What do we read? Trust not unto your own understanding. Okay? Your own understanding is going to get you caught up, man. It's going to get you led to the slaughter. All right? You're not going to prosper. And the times that we get ready to come through and go in, Jacob's trouble, guess what? You're going to be one of the ones that get taken out. Or maybe you make it through Jacob's trouble and you get taken out by the chariots or the missiles. So it says, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. Right? Because why? You didn't trust in Yahweh with all thy heart. You leaned onto your own understanding. So now you're going to be groping at noonday. And you're not going to prosper in none of your ways, man. Okay? It says, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Right? You see? You're going to go try to figure out, how do I get the next deepest breakdown? Or what does this mean right here? And ain't nobody going to be able to save you, man. You're going to be too far bugged out, man. All right? So that voice that you hear in your head, you thinking that's God, that's not, man. All right? That's not. All right? Everybody has a conscience. Why you think God sounds like everybody here on the earth? Like I hear a voice in my head that sounds exactly like me, that's God. Then you ask the same person for 30 people, do you hear a voice in your head that sounds exactly like you? They're going to say, yeah, so that's God. So now God's voice sounds like everybody on the face of the earth. According to this guy, okay? God's voice sounds like everybody on the face of this earth. That's about 8 billion voices that he's saying that sounds like the Most High. So 8 billion voices sounds like the Most High, according to this man. According to him, he's saying God. So when he says God, it's taken to believe potentially that he's talking about the Most High. Because I doubt he knows that Psalms 82 in verse 6 exists. I could be wrong, and if I am, I stand corrected. So I'm doubting that he, prior to this video, knew that we are all God's too, okay? Psalms 82:6 says, ye are God's, but you should die like man, all right? But I'm thinking and taking to believe that he's talking about the Most High, all right? And that's not the Most High's voice that you hear in your head. All right, that's your voice. All right? And the only way you are a God or a judge or a ruler or a magistrate is you of the elect, man. All right? Now we know ultimately all of Israel is going to be saved, all right? But only the elect on this side will be saved, all right? And they're going to have 144,000 as the ruling body governor in the kingdom to come. All right? But all of Israel is going to be saved, man. All right? So, is that voice that's speaking in your head God? And the answer is no. Okay? The answer is no. That is not the Most High speaking in your head. Okay? That's your own voice. All right? The Most High, he will direct your paths if you trust in him and lean onto him with all your understandings. But the way you hear the voice of the Most High is through reading these scriptures with clarity. All right? Then he reveals and shows you the secrets. And then that's how you know he's supping with you and he hears you and he's talking with you. By the understanding of the mysteries of this word. All right? That's the spirit of prophecy. That's Yahushai.
who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. Revelation 19:10, it says, and I fell at the feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. All right? So if you got the spirit of Yahushua, you're supposed to be prophesying, man. You're supposed to be, showing what the Most High is telling you and showing you. Okay? You claim he's talking to you, so, hey, break down the scriptures. Okay? Tell us what's getting ready to happen according to prophecy. All right? Remember, he revealeth his words, his secrets to his servants, the prophets. So if he's talking with you and you hear him talking to you, you're supposed to be able to prophesy. All right? You're supposed to have you a street ministry. Are you supposed to be out prophesying on the highway and hedges? Or, making videos? Or doing something to show you that the Most High is actually dealing with you. Okay? So I believe that's going to end it on that note. We're going to finish up and close out with 1 Peter 5:8. And it reads, be sober, be vigilant. All right? Because you're going to have plenty of others that come like that same, mindset. God's talking to me. I heard God talk to me last night. He told me this. He told me that. But yet you got a clean cut face, shaven, and you telling me that he forgot to tell you that you're not supposed to have a clean cut face? Come on, that's in the law. He show his words. Let's get that. I almost brought it back to memory. Call her law Yahweh by her Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh and the anointed Yahweh Shai. Psalms 1. Is it 47? Yes. And 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. So right off the rip, man, you seeing the Most High talking to you, and you got a clean-cut face, and it says in the law that you're not supposed to round the corners of your beard. You got a nice bald head, and you saying that the Most High is talking to you, and he forgot to tell you that? Come on. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. He's only telling you what you want to hear him tell you. All the other things, it's just like he's saying, nah, that's okay. You ain't got to try to keep the law, statute, commandments to the best of your abilities and rehearse the righteous acts. But I'm going to give you all the other secrets. I'm going to tell you everything else. But as far as keeping my laws, you ain't got to do it. You know what? You can go eat that pork chop sandwich over there. You see? But yet you claim that God's talking to you. Come on, make it make sense. He's talking to you, but he's not talking to you. Verse 20, he have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. Right. So if you ain't of Israel, you talk about God speaking to you, we already know ain't no way. Ain't no way. Okay. Now we understand he gives dreams and he gives visions, but the prophets, the servants break those visions and those dreams down, man. He's gonna pour out his spirit on all flesh. So you're going to have other people from other nations that's seeing visions, but they don't understand what the vision is about. They put it out there, and the servants, the prophets, they'll break it down according to what the Bible says. Okay? So you got to understand this in its totality. All right? So let's read that again. Psalms 147:19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. let's get this. Is it in the, let me see, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to do a quick search. Let me see. All right. It's looking like it's in the book of John. Let's start at John 9:30. Says, the man answered and said unto them, why, herein is a marvelous thing, that ye know not from whence he is, and yet he hath opened my eyes. The point is here in 31. Now we know that the Most High heareth not sinners. So if you're not keeping his word, you're not talking to him. Okay? You're not keeping his word to the best of your ability. You're not talking with the Most High. Because it says what? Now we know that the Most High heareth not sinners. But if any man be a worshiper of the Most High, he doeth his will. Him he heareth. Okay? So here it is. You ain't even trying to keep the laws to the best of your ability. The statutes, the commandments. All right? And yet you got the audacity to say that the Most High is talking and dealing with you. All right? It doesn't add up. Okay? So let's go ahead and finish out and close out with 1 Peter 5:8. And it reads, 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, be vigilant. Watch out for those hucksters that tell you that they're talking to God just to sell you whatever it is that they want to sell you. Especially these Christian pastors. It says, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. You see that devil, man, he wants you to believe that, you talking to God, okay? But you talking to the devil, man. You talking to Satan, okay? You talking to one of those lying spirits, man. All right? He'll answer you. Satan, the Most High has granted Satan power to deceive, man. Okay? He will answer you, and he'll answer your prayers. You'll think God is answering your prayers. No, that's Satan, man. Satan will play the trick on you. Okay? The Most High will allow Satan to play tricks and run tricks on your mind, man. That made you believe that you should be asking for this, and he gonna set it up to where you gonna be able to receive it. Oh God, let me win the lottery. And then you go to the quickie mark, and you get your $5 scratch offs, and you win. You hit for, let's say, $1,000. Oh God, thank you for answering my prayers, man. Come on, man. You've been deceived, man. First of all, you don't even got there you go. You don't even got the right name to call on. All right. The Most High, he causes the sun to shine on the just and the unjust. So even the wicked, they'll get what you call a quote-unquote blessing, according to the world. All right? That don't mean the Most High dealing with you, okay? That does not mean the Most High dealing with you. Let's see if we can get that. I know I said I was going to close it out, but just bear with me. We get one more. You know what? This is the book of St. Matthew 5:45. It says, that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good. He sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. Right. So you don't know exactly who it is that you believe that is allowing these blessings that you think to take place in your life. All right. It's the Most High. Okay. He's allowing you to be deceived enough to believe that you're talking to God. You're talking to him. When he allows the what? The rain, the sun to rise on the evil and on the good. And he sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. Okay? So don't get it twisted. Okay? Just because you think you may have said something in your mind and it happened, that doesn't mean you're talking to God, the Most High. Let me qualify that. That doesn't mean you're talking to the Most High. Okay? We know we talk to the Most High by what? How we conduct ourselves according to what the Word says. All right? So let's go ahead this time. Abaratasa, and we'll wrap it up after this one. 1 Peter 5:8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. All right? And if you don't know how to determine from what you think is what God is talking to and what you know is what God is talking to you, you already through already, man. You got to get the names, okay? You got to get the names, man. That's how you first know that he's talking to you, by him revealing his names in the name of him and his son to you. All right? That's how you know. It says, in this we do know if we keep his commandments. Let me see if I can get that. It might be 1 John. This is 1 John 2:3. It says, and hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him. And the Most High is truth, man. You can't be saying the Most High is talking to you, and you ain't even keeping the commandments, man, to the best of your ability. It says, but whoso keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of the Most High perfected. Hereby know we that we are in him. He that saith he abideth in him ought himself also so to walk, even as he walked. Right, so we should be walking as Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right, to the best of our ability, understanding that, yes, we are in sinful flesh, but that doesn't stop us from trying to rehearse the righteous acts, and alongside with rehearsing, trying to keep them to the best of our abilities. We understand that we have faith in Yahweh Shai, that he's going to be the one that delivers us from this sinful flesh, but we have to put forth our best effort, okay? We just can't make bold statements and claims that the Most High is dealing with us and talking to us in our head, man. So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. He wants you to believe that you're talking to God, okay? To the Most High. All the while, you sitting there talking up there with him, man. You sitting there talking up there with him. He just taking everything in. Just completely pushing you farther and farther away. To the point where you will never believe anything that the servants of prophets are telling you. Because why? That was your lot from the beginning. Man's going is of the Lord. How can a man know his own way then? You don't know your way. You know, either you are destined for salvation and deliverance, or you are destined for destruction and demise. All right? But it was all written from the foundations, okay? We just playing the part out in real time here in the real world, okay? In the physical world. All right, so with that being said, pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.